Hello and welcome to Ballotpedia. I'm Abby, and we're bringing you our hallmark, nonpartisan, and objective information on noteworthy elections and ballot measures. In this video, we'll be covering the April 1st, 2025 Battleground Wisconsin Supreme Court election, where partisan control of the state Supreme Court is at stake. The Wisconsin Supreme Court is the highest appellate court in the state and the state's court of last resort. Before we share more information about this particular high-stakes race, I want to explain what we mean when we say court of last resort. It's the highest judicial body within a jurisdiction's court system and the highest appellate authority, meaning that its rulings are not subject to further review by another court. A court of last resort is often, but not always, referred to as a Supreme Court. The rulings of courts of last resort are intended to provide clarity to lower courts. These courts also have administrative power over their jurisdiction's judicial system, overseeing lower courts and the rules of the court system. They also often oversee the ethics and conduct of the state's attorneys. The United States Supreme Court is the court of last resort in the federal court system. Each of the states and the District of Columbia has at least one Supreme Court or court of last resort. With that settled, let's add some background information about Wisconsin's Supreme Court. It has 7 justices who are elected in statewide nonpartisan elections. These judges serve 10-year terms, and to remain on the court, they must run for re-election after their term expires. Only one seat may be elected in any year, and more than 2 candidates for each seat must file in order to have a primary. To serve on the state's Supreme Court, a judge must be licensed to practice law in Wisconsin for a minimum of 5 years immediately prior to election or appointment, and also under the age of 70. Wisconsin's Supreme Court elections are officially nonpartisan. However, in Wisconsin and in other states, judicial candidates may take stances on specific issues that appear to be partisan, and they may also receive backing from the state's major political parties during their campaigns. The Wisconsin Supreme Court currently has a 4-3 liberal majority. In the April 2023 election, Judge Janet Protasewicz won an open seat, shifting control of the court for the first time in 15 years. Before the 2023 election, the last time the partisan control of the court was at stake was in 2013. The outcome of the April 1st, 2025 election and the partisan split of the Wisconsin Supreme Court could affect rulings on issues such as the state's abortion laws, union rules, and redistricting process, which are currently cases before the court or cases that could appear later. Now, let's take a quick look at the candidates. The Wisconsin Supreme Court race features Susan Crawford, who's endorsed by the state's Democratic Party, and Brad Schimel, who is the former Republican Wisconsin Attorney General and is endorsed by the Milwaukee Police Association. Current Supreme Court Judge Ann Walsh Bradley, the longest currently serving justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, is not running for re-election. Her term will expire on July 31st, 2025. As a really quick aside, if you like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to Ballotpedia's channel for more videos like this. Candidate Susan Crawford is a judge on the Dane County Circuit Court. She previously worked as an attorney for the State Attorney General's office and as legal counsel to former Governor James Doyle. Crawford states her goal is to protect constitutional rights and freedoms for Wisconsin residents. She emphasizes public safety as a key priority in her decision-making process and has expressed support for maintaining the current ideological balance of the court. Crawford has received endorsements from the state Democratic Party and the 4 liberal justices currently serving on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Moving along now, candidate Brad Schimel is a judge on the Waukesha County Circuit Court and former Wisconsin Attorney General. Schimel says he's running on a platform of restoring confidence in the justice system's fairness and impartiality. Schimel's campaign emphasizes applying the law as written, defending the Constitution, and upholding the rule of law. Schimel has expressed concerns about the current court majority, stating that he aims to serve as a check on their decisions. The primary is on February 18th, 2025, and the general election is on April 1st, 2025. The primary, however, will be canceled if no other candidates file. Wisconsin has a divided government with a Democratic governor and a Republican-controlled legislature. Wisconsin has a Democratic triplex, as the governor, attorney general, and secretary of state are all Democrats. For additional information about the Wisconsin Supreme Court election and its candidates, you can visit ballotpedia.org, and make sure to check back with us for more nonpartisan and fact-based information on America's politics and elections. I'm Abby. Thank you so much for watching.